Michael and Jeremy. We are Seaweeds, and just want to thank you for sharing our videos. We've had quite a few of them shared, and anyway, we'll go ahead and let Michael start today.
All right. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for joining us again. It's been actually a few weeks since we've had anything posted. The last month, for both of us, just in our own private lives, has been pretty busy. He's had a move that his family has been doing, and we got a baby, a little boy that was born this month. So thanks, this month being January. Yeah, January. So anyways, it's been real busy for us. But today, what I'd like to share is I was down over around the Restart, actually the Hope Faith, and it's been a while since I've been there because the city has kind of ran a lot of the folks off. But when I was there today, there were a number of folks there at the wall, so I got to go over there and share some socks and share the Word of God. I shared out of the book of Joshua, chapter 24. But anyways, I'd seen some folks that I hadn't seen in a while, and it was nice to be, I guess you could say, missed, because they were asking, you know, where I'd been and all that kind of stuff. And that's part of what we've talked about before, about, you know, establishing the relationship. So I shared the socks with them. I shared that verse with them, a couple of verses, and the premise of the verse was really about choosing who you're going to serve. And it's a choice that we all have to make one way or another. And there was a song that one time said, if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. And so I encourage the people to really take the time to choose Jesus in their life. And then I went over to over around Beardsley Street, which is on by the West Bottoms, and talked to some guys there. And when I got there, they'd all been drinking. Ooh, surprise, right? And one of them was particularly drunk, and he was obnoxiously drunk, and he was really running his mouth, not to me or anything, just running his mouth. There was another guy that he was running his mouth to a lot, and the other guy had been really, you know, you could tell he was doing everything he could to try to contain himself and not get up and knock the guy down for running his mouth. But I shared some socks, and I shared the Word with them there, and they're claiming themselves to be Christians. So along with the verse that I went ahead and shared earlier, I shared also out of 1 John, where it says, if you say that you love God and you don't love your brother, you're a liar. And so I try to encourage these guys, hey, you know, you guys are brothers. You need to love each other, you know. And we had a prayer, and all of them admitted after the prayer that they could tell that everything had changed. That there definitely kind of the peace was there. I asked the Lord to really just rebuke any of the demons that were there, just kind of agitating those guys during the day because of all their drinking, and it definitely mellowed out. Unfortunately, the one guy who was really causing some trouble, he got back on that bottle pretty quick, and so I don't expect that to last very long. And that's really one of the things that I think is a big challenge that we have as we're out here, is we come and we meet these people, and we're there for such a short bit, and then we're gone, and we can be very sure that the enemy is pouncing right on them again, and going to do everything that he can to uproot that seed that's been planted. All right, and that's why one of the things that we've asked over and over again is, please be praying that the seed that is planted takes root in the hearts and minds of the people that we come into contact with. Because without a doubt, greater is he that is in us than he that is in this world. And we long to see these people accept Christ into their life and allow Christ to begin to work that miracle of a new heart and a new mind that only he can change. So I had a pretty good day. I enjoyed it today. And I had some pretty decent encounters, both with sharing socks and sharing the Word of God. So,
and to me, today I'm going to share something from the past, and you know, kind of touch a little bit on allowing God to work on us or them. And the very first time I came out was back in the beginning of January 2000, or no, the end of January 2014. And we stopped at a place under the bridge. I went with Michael, my first trip out, and ran into a couple named Pete and Keola. They used to have a place kind of under a bridge with a makeshift little shanty, but he did a very good job of putting this all together. And there was probably about 6 other people there that day. I don't remember all their names now, but I know there was Pete, Keola, Cracker, Callie. It seemed like a Josh or a Robert also. And
Yeah.
but anyway,
White Hawk, was he there?
Yep, White Hawk, he was there. Yes. And anyway, so I just remember when I went in, just taking everything in. Everything was overwhelming to me. I've drove past these places every single day, never seen them before. And anyway, so as I go in there, it's a pretty small area. There's probably 10 of us in there at that point, including us. And they had a fireplace going that was not ventilating outside very good. It was ventilating into our lungs pretty heavily. And but so along with the smells, my first time being out, not knowing what to expect, and then something that the Lord really showed me about myself is how selfish I was. And so as we're there and I'm just kind of taking everything in, oh yeah, they also had this little dog, what was his name? Lucky, wasn't it?
Lucky.
And he was a little pit bull chihuahua mixed. Neatest thing in the world.
Yeah,
I found me a little buddy that day.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he is no longer. And but anyway, so as I'm sitting there taking all this in and just being overcome by everything, I remember Pete over there cooking eggs and bacon on the Coleman stove. And I remember him saying he was doing God's work. And you know, I just really dwelt on that a little bit, and or dwelled, however, let me use proper English, but I dwelled on that a little bit. And right. And I just thought about that, and it's like, if I was homeless and it was me and my wife, let's just say I don't even have kids at this point, let's just say it's just me and my wife and I'm homeless, I would not be concerned with 6 or 8 other men to be feeding them. But that just kind of showed my mentality at the time, you know, that the only thing that I would have cared about is myself. And even though these people are in some of their worst situations, they were still concerned with the well-being of others. So just remember that when you see a homeless person on the side of the road. If you don't want to give them money because you're afraid they'll use it for drugs and alcohol, which is very well they might, you can still spend time with them, maybe buy them lunch, eat with them, or just always just give them respect, wave at them, tell them to have a great day. Because I guarantee you, if you hung out with one of them for an hour, you can learn something about yourself.
Yep.
But that's all I really got today. And
all right, and I'd like to
thank you for
just share that, you know, one of the things we've been wanting to do is kind of launch a missionary full-time down here, and we got enough raised right now to have a missionary in the downtown Kansas City area for Mondays for about 6 to 8 months. So we're excited about that, and we're excited just to see the Lord open up more opportunities to be able to come down. What we're looking at is Monday through Thursday to have a missionary down here on the streets, basically involved in street ministry, obviously with the homeless, but just in all kinds of whatever ways we can find to minister to people down here, to get the good news down here and let people know that Jesus is coming back soon. And that's wonderful news, more than any good news I think I can have ever heard of, other than forgiveness through Christ and what He's done for us on the cross. He's coming back soon. He's going to take us home, and right now is the time that we need to be getting ready for that, and we want to share that message with the people down here. So God bless you guys. Thanks a lot, and see you next week.
Bye-bye.